The biggest celebration in the gaming industry of 2023 just wrapped up last week. I am of course talking about the Game Awards. This is a yearly show that's meant to celebrate the achievements of game developers and the gaming industry as a whole. But this year, as the show reaches its 10th anniversary, many changes are brought about. And while some of these changes, like the improved security, had benefits, quite a few choices left a bad taste in the mouths of fans. And today, I'll be discussing one of the biggest issues with this year's show. So what exactly am I talking about? Well, to answer that question, I first need to explain some background information on how the Game Awards runs and how it works. The Game Awards has risen to be the premier gaming event for a variety of reasons, including the lack and recent death of E3 for the past few years, alongside some very popular announcements catching the eyes of fans taking place during the show. One announcement in particular made an especially big splash on the gaming community.
This is Joker. I've infiltrated the theater.
Wait, seriously? He went alone to the Game Awards?
But it's so far away. Why is he there? There's only one thing the Phantom Thieves of Hearts specialize in.
He's there to steal a treasure. Have you already sent a calling card?
We're not the ones sending a card this time. In fact, we've been invited. Invited to steal the greatest treasure of all.
What? Smash Bros? Is this for real?
We'll be going up against the best of the best. Can't wait to see our fearless leader show his stuff.
I'm of course talking about how Joker from Persona 5 got revealed as a DLC character from Super Smash Bros., alongside a following announcement about another DLC character for Super Smash Bros. So what exactly happened this year that got me and a lot of other people riled up? Well, there was even a larger emphasis put on partners and advertisements over award recipients. At last year's show, Christopher Judge won the award for Best Voice Direction, and he gave an 8-minute speech dedicating it to tons of people, and it was beautiful. He came back as a presenter this year, and he made a few jokes about it. He even went as far as to have a music track play to have him leave the stage as he was mid-presentation as a part of the joke.
It's such a pleasure to be back here. I have such great memories of last year, Mr. Pacino, forgetting to thank my wife. Mother... All right, I get it.
And while this started off as a kind-hearted joke, it eventually became a genuine tactic used when people took longer than 30 seconds for their speeches. On top of this, there was also a sign on a teleprompter that would tell people to please wrap up their speeches after that 30-second time limit. And if they didn't, then they would get the music track.
So, to mi familia, gracias para todos, gracias, gracias, y Coco también. And to my agents, I will thank you later. I'm sorry, I'm going to wrap it up apparently. One thing I will say, please, if that's okay, the community has reached out to so many of us at Larian and said they were seen and they were represented by this game when they lost hope, they felt isolated, they felt alone, and this game brought them together and gave them something to push through to help them all. And to you, I want to say thank you so much for seeing us.
That is a much shorter and very different time compared to the 8 minutes Christopher Judge was allowed last year. To go even further, they put this sign up when the Baldur's Gate 3 devs were dedicating the Game of the Year award, which is the most important award of the show, to a team member who had died during development. If that's not disrespectful, I don't know what is.
Game in sometimes very difficult circumstances. This was our COVID game. Along the way, we lost quite a few people also, so we want to dedicate this to all the people we lost, and especially to Jim, our lead cinematic artist, who passed away in the last month. I want to thank over 2,000 people, so sit back and relax. But I also want to thank everybody that supported us throughout this entire effort. Our families, our friends, our partners. You were the best, and without you, we couldn't have done it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So when we look at why this occurred, there's a pretty obvious reason. The Game Awards has a big emphasis on advertising and trailers. This year, a Muppet got more time on stage than the developers did. I wish I was joking, but this is a genuine thing. The Game Award has become a vocal point to advertise and announce games, especially with the death of E3 this year. It's going to become even more so of a place to do so. And instead, we are starting to lose the message of what the Game Awards are all about, and that is a place to celebrate game developers and the gaming industry. And Jeff Keighley, as the host and guy in charge of all this, did say that he's going to attempt to fix these issues next year, but only time's going to tell. And the Game Awards is going to be put in an even higher position next year, as we're guaranteed now not to have E3 come back. So only time's going to tell if we're actually going to see any genuine changes. But I hope because of fan outcry and videos like this very one here, that we'll actually get to see some changes and we can actually hear what developers have to say. A lot of developers who didn't get to have speeches at all because their awards were cut out had to go online to tell their awards, and even developers who did have speeches and had them cut short also had to go online this year. And while we did get beautiful speeches, I can't help but think of what I'd like to see these if they were given live at the show. I really do hope that next year they fix these issues and bring us something that is more of a happy balance. You shouldn't need 8 minutes to do a speech, but you should get some more time here and there. There should be a happy balance, and we shouldn't be shooing people off stage, especially if they're trying to give a message to somebody who had died during development. I hope they fix all these issues, and I hope next year's show can be something that we can all come back to.